was an overnight, apparently.
So I hear.
Oh, you don't think she did it, do you?
Well, she's always struck me as a pretty tough cookie.
Oh, not that tough, I don't think.
When you first met Christopher Tate, it was as a client, wasn't it?
Can't remember our first meeting.
But soon after you slept with him for money, didn't you?
Don't feel obliged to answer if you can't remember the facts, Mrs. Tate.
Yes.
And then you married him for money.
No. It wasn't that simple. I liked the money, yes.
I bet you did.
I'd be daft not to. But I liked him as well. I really did.
You didn't love him, though, did you? In spite of what he said last night.
Yes, I did. In the end.
Oh, come on. You betrayed him with his worst enemy. Was it the prospect of a divorce that made you do it, Charity? Of losing it all?
I didn't do it.
Of being back on the street?
I'll never go back on the street.
Not if you're convicted, you won't. Admit it. You married him for money, and it was for money.
No, I didn't do it right. I didn't. Hiya. So with him?
They kept Charity in overnight for questioning, apparently.
Oh, well, they'll let her go again if she's innocent.
She is innocent.
And the police don't always get it right.
Cain hasn't been around for a bit, has he?
Now you mention it, not since Chris died.
Well, could be a coincidence. Go on.
I doubt it.
Where's he gone?
I don't know, Cain, he could be anywhere.
Why is he gone? You don't think he's...
Yeah, I'm hoping it's just to keep Debbie out of a lot of unpleasant stuff. I'm hoping that's the reason.
If he's running away because...
Yeah, if he is.
I don't want to think it. Not about Charity either, but you...
Yeah, but he wouldn't be that selfish, would he? Would he? To keep Debbie with him if he was guilty?
He might. He loves her and she's all he's got.
Yeah, well, that'll keep her safe as well, then, won't it? That he does really care about her. Emily, please, don't worry. No, I've got to go. I'll try and be back on it tonight. You give us a ring if there's any news.
She bought the poison, boss. To passwords, memorable details.
Did Chris Tate know them?
Well, I don't know my wife, sir, do you? And then there's something else. The company checked the delivery, she signed for it. And forensics have identified a fragment in the fire. Poison handled with care, to be precise.
We've got some new evidence for you.
Oh?
The poison was bought with Chris's credit cards on the company computers, but it was you who logged on.
No.
Your details, your password.
You must have used mine.
Plus, we know it was you who signed for the package. Him in drag, was it?
I signed for something. I don't know what it was. It was...
We found evidence of a fire in the grounds of the house, Charity. You tried to destroy the packaging, didn't you?
No, I don't know nothing about no fire.
It's starting to look like rather a lot, Mrs. Tate. Found next to the body. Plenty of motive. Your fingerprints on the glass. Your password that bought the poison. Your signature on delivery. The bonfire. Traces of poison in your car. Attempting to sell the car on.
I'd say we've got enough to charge you with, wouldn't you?
It would reduce your sentence if you confessed.
I can't. I didn't do it.
Marlon? Any news?
No, she's still being questioned. Lisa, I'm going in. I'm going in to tell him he went up there.
No, it'll finish Cain.
Well, if he's innocent, that's what you said. If he's innocent, they'll find that out.
No, he's got history. Mud sticks, they'll find an excuse to pin this on him.
Charity's got a bit of history of her own.
Yeah, but not like Cain. I mean, please, Marlon, he's family.
So is Charity.
Yeah, but not close like Cain. Oh, please, Marlon, he's Zach's son. He feels like a son to me.
Listen, I grew up with Charity.
Yeah, but she's not proper family, is she? I mean, she's sold out.
You really think she did this, don't you? Don't you?
Well, all right, then. Seeing as he forced me, yeah, I think she could have done it.
How can you believe that of her?
Will you believe it of him? Oh, but that's all right, isn't it? I mean, the whole world can badmouth Cain. Regular scapegoat, isn't it? Dumping ground for everybody else's sins. But not Charity, you know why? Because she's blonde and pretty, she just has to crook her little finger and everybody else comes running.
That's it, I'm going in.
No, Marlon. I took you in all these months. I looked after you when you were on your own.
I've got to do the right thing.
Do we charge her?
Well, I think we've got enough.
Oh, I wish we had a confession.
Well, I'm sure we can get one out of her.
I've got a Mr. Dingle for you. Says he wants to make a statement. Got some information about the case.
Cain?
No, sir. Marlon Dingle.
Put him in the office next door.
Sounds interesting.
Buy you a drink, Lisa, for taking me in.
Oh, it's all right, love. I'll get you one. You haven't got any money.
You all right?
I'm just a bit worried about this, you know, murder. I wish your Uncle Zach were here.
Sorry you got me on your plate as well. I mean, the house is already pretty full, isn't it?
Shadrach's extra. Debbie, when she's here, she's extra. Marlon, he's very extra.
He said he wanted to kill Chris Tate.
He said he was gonna kill him. He took a knife with him.
Why haven't you said anything about this before?
Loyalty, really. We're a very close family. I didn't want to incriminate him.
So what changed?
When you arrested Charity, she's family too.
So you're closer to Charity than you are to Cain?
No. No! I don't think she did it, that's all.
But you think he did it?
I'm just telling you what he said. All right, I think she might be covering for him. And I don't see why she should have to go down for him.
I'm gonna ask you again. Was there anyone else there the night your husband was murdered?
No!
My client has already answered this question.
You don't want to go to prison for someone else, do you?
No, of course I don't.
Then tell us the truth, Mrs. Tate.
All right.
Can I have a word with my client, please? Now, please. In private.
I'll pay you back, Vic.
Oh, what's a plate of chips between two people who once fought over a chocolate bar?
Well, even Stevens, I should think, as it was my chocolate bar.
No news of Debbie?
No, none.
Oh, you know Emily, don't you? She was Debbie's foster mum for a while.
I'm very worried about her. Of course you are. She's with Cain and she's all right.
Well, that's what I keep telling myself, but... You mean you know? You've seen her?
Well, yeah, they popped round.
Well, what did she say? How did she look? Is she really all right?
Yeah, she's fine. Well, ate a lot and they just moved on.
Well, where did they go? Where are they now?
I don't know. She's with Cain, she'll be fine, OK? He just tried to pretend he hadn't changed, you know, with his missing link impersonation, but I can tell, I can see the signs. He's turned into a dad.
Where have they gone?
I told you, I don't know.
You don't know, you won't say. Sorry. Thank you.
Changing your statement now would be a mistake. You sound unreliable. A liar, even. Your story before...
Which was still true.
...was also clear and uncomplicated. You were innocent. Your husband took his own life. He tried to arrange for the blame to fall on you. No one else was involved.
Yeah, but Cain was there. He turned up.
That's not what you said before.
Yeah, maybe. I was scared. I thought it looked bad, him being there. I mean, we'd had an affair. He'd got a record. He'd done a runner.
It does sound bad now. Are you sure you're not just saying this now because you're scared?
Yes. Well, no, of course I'm scared, but it's the truth. And I thought the truth was supposed to be the best thing in this.
I think you should stand by your original statement.
Listen, you Abe, I am looking at a prison sentence here. Life. I don't want to get locked up for something I didn't do. And I've got a daughter. What is she going to do without me?
I think you should trust my judgment in this, Mrs. Tate.
I think they already know he was there. I bet they've got his fingerprints.
I think if they had any definite proof of anyone's presence, they wouldn't be asking you.
But they keep coming back to the same question again and again.
That is their technique.
I don't want to go to prison, right?
It's because of Cain and Debbie that I'm here. You see, they turned up at my place, had this huge argument with the landlord, and we all got thrown out. Well, left me with no job.
OK.
Well, landlord was my employer, and I've got no money. And Well, I need to buy things for Aaron.
Ah, your little boy, the one...
No, I'll leave locked up in his room with naught but bread and water while I go gallivanting round with strange vicars, yeah.
That's the one. Where is he?
In Houghton with his dad, where he lives.
That night, I knew that Cain was planning to go up to Home Farm. I wanted to warn Chris to get him out of the house before Cain turned up. But I didn't want to say why because, well, I was worried that Chris might call the police on Cain. Chris must have thought that I wanted to make up. That's why he got the champagne out. But it turned into a row because I kept trying to shove Chris out and he didn't know why. I guess that must have been when he phoned the police about me. Then Cain turned up. He must have had the poison with him. He made me buy it. I didn't want to, but he made me. He had my arm twisted up my back when I was on the computer. Well, he often hurt me. I've been to the police about him before with Chris, but dropped the charges. Because you see, Cain threatened me. I'm terrified of him. Anyway, it turned into an even bigger row. Cain must have slipped the poison into Chris's glass when neither of us were looking. Because when I saw Chris dying, I guess what had happened. Cain wanted me to do a runner, but I wouldn't go with him. I didn't want to leave Chris. I heard Cain run into the office. I don't know why. And then I heard him leave. And I was phoning the ambulance when you lot arrived. That's it. Well, aren't you going to say anything?
So you're saying Cain Dingle murdered your husband?
Yes.
Mrs. Tate, why aren't his fingerprints on the glass? Why are yours there instead?
Mine are there from when we were having a drink. Cain's aren't because he was wearing gloves.
Did he wear these gloves the whole time he was there?
Yes. No. Wait, give me a minute. No, I remember now. I remember. He took them off when Chris was dying.
And what did he do with them?
He put them in his pocket. You don't believe me, do you?
We haven't said that.
Listen to me, right? Cain is a very dangerous man. There's been a couple more deaths. With your lot, too.
Meaning?
You ask Cain who Angie Reynolds was chasing the night she died. And why. And whose arms she died in. I don't want to say any more.
No, all right. That's enough.
There's something about this I don't quite believe.
Yeah. Better than the framing story, though. Her innocence is probably a bit overplayed.
I mean, why would you be wearing gloves to poison Tate and then take them off to rob the office?
Or maybe he did the robbery on impulse. Maybe they did the murder together, but she actually administered the poison.
Harder to get a conviction for conspiracy to murder.
What do you reckon to all that stuff about Angie Reynolds' death?
Well, it's possible. We had a long association. Feels like he's a key witness, doesn't it? We can't charge her without talking to him.
We've got more than enough otherwise.
I don't want to get it wrong, though, do we? Risk of getting off.
No second bite of the cherry. I'll get a warrant out, but what do we do about her?
We've had her in for 48 hours. We'll have to let her go.
And if she disappears?
Risk we'll have to take. Just till we've spoken to Cain. Got the truth out of him.
All right.
All right, Mrs. Tate, you can go. Pending further inquiries.
We're going to look for Loverboy, see whether he backs up your story or not.
Once we've spoken to him, we'll need to speak to you again.
Won't we?
Yeah, I suppose so.
So don't go too far, will you?